Hello again everyone, and we are back for what I think will be one of the last parts of our game with Japan. Last time we launched a nuclear strike on France and we took a few of their cities, 1, 2, 3, burned down Fez a little for future invasion, burned down France and nuked all of this. Which means that next turn we will buy, or well, maybe, I could buy an additional nuclear bomb to throw on Rabat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would work. So yeah, I think I will do that. It never hurts to throw nuclear bombs. And that is looking really good for us. The French did not manage to do very much against us. They did some damage to some of my units, but other than that, we are perfectly fine. We can possibly even invade Rabat this turn. Technically, the stealth bombers are immune to interception. You can't see the upgrade here. Let me check for a lower level one. Evasion 100, which means that they cannot be intercepted. But just to be on the safe side, we'll do some air sweeps anyway. Let's see if the atomic bomb can reach. Yes, it can reach. So let's throw it here. That does not... then the fallout does not interfere with our approach path. Yes. I will want to see that visually. There we go. He has atomic bombs there. That could become very inconvenient for us. And let's turn that back on. The submarines. Better take that out. Oh, this is not good. I'll probably have to waste a few airplanes to deal with all this. So let's start taking them down. That's the big advantage of upgraded submarines. And they have a serious strategic resource penalty. I'll keep this submarine around just in case they surprise me. And this can all go... Oh, I forgot the Admiral. Not that he is of any importance. I'll drive up my tank. Yep. Rabat is going to fall. Let's see. Driving up to Paris. And that'll be all. We are going to complete the cockpit. And Satsuma is going to build another... what shall we build? Something that will still be relevant when it is done. Can't really think of anything, so just make a booster. And now it is time to purchase another melee unit. An XCOM squad this time, because they can operate over really long distances. 40 tiles. That's almost half the map. Karakorum, you can build... yeah, another XCOM squad is fine. And you can remove some road. These can come home. Should have done that 1,000 turns ago. And the road here is finally gone, which means I can start making trade posts. Yep, much more room there. Alright. Time for the stealth bombers. First, take out this. And then let us burn down some of these ships first. I think the aircraft carrier is not something I want. That's 2 nuclear bombs gone. That's really unfortunate. There we go. The rest will all be used for these. First, we should be taking Paris, I think. There we go. Some wonders, a lot of them actually. Eiffel Tower, the Great Firewall, Gardens, Machu Picchu. Yep, that's all fine. Orléans, we can burn that down next turn. And we should make sure to take Rabat. Let's check the range first. As you can see, this is all covered and we can actually reach everything except Venice and Vancouver. And Marseille apparently. So That's quite a lot of ground that we cover. So this one can break some more units. That's a city bomber. Using it on Rabat. Another one. One more. That should do it. Not that one. We have plenty of bombers left. There we go. Rabat. I could free that, but I don't think that's a good plan. Why free when you can capture? At least at this point in the game my happiness is fixed. It won't go below 0, I think. And I just need everything in my path, as much uranium as possible. As you can see, Napoleon has 2 left. He has 4 left and a few here. I would like to prevent as much nuking as possible, but I don't think that will be completely immune. He will try to nuke us. We did see some here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then he might nuke Tangier. Which means that we'll need our XCOM squad. And I think I will actually buy another one of those. They are like tanks, except they can paradrop very far immediately, which will be convenient at this point. We can take this, no problem. More than enough airplanes left. There we go. And that's another one down. And the rest, well, let's take out some of this stuff. Just because we can. These can rest. And that's all our bombers for now. Very well. That will give us even more happiness to work with. This is fine. Napoleon now has what? He actually has no oil. Yeah. All his oil is completely gone. The only thing he still has left is a little bit of uranium. And I think we can probably take out most of these very soon. These ships can burn this down a bit. And then we can finish it with planes. We should get this boat up then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll not be enough. So probably not next turn, but maybe the turn after. And for Venice we will need to move our airplanes. And the other tank has arrived. Great, I'll put it on the road here. Then they can go through this path. Just in case they nuke Paris. I don't see how they can take it back. Even for a tank it would be 2 hill tiles and 1 plains, so they shouldn't be able to do that. Maybe they could take it from that side. So let's see. Yeah, I better move it here. It might die because of that, that's absolutely correct. But it might as well die if it stays in Paris. Heh, and they did nuke Tangier. Exactly as I predicted. Pillaged a number of tiles here, irradiated a few, but that's all of very little consequence. Yep, keep spamming that stuff. Boom. This can move out of the way. Burn down that unit, and then the others can maybe attack the city. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. It can fire back, but that's not that important. This one, oh, it can reach that. Really? How very interesting. And the French are losing this war really, really quickly. They are a little outmatched, I guess, but, well, there is very little they can actually do. These jet fighters have now lost all relevance. I will move them here for sight range and maybe some interception. What needs to happen? I need to burn down these units, I need to burn down this unit, and then I need to take Lyon. And that's pretty much all I need to do this turn. So let's get started with the hard part. That unit bombers, they can go on units. That's actually a lot of damage returned. Yep. Remove some more pesky units. This one is a city bomber. Let's use it on Lyon. As you can see, the modern armor is extremely powerful. It has a lot of move, it doesn't really die easily. You can use it for a variety of purposes, even to fight. If you upgrade them early and get march promotions, then you can have a very powerful army with these. Especially if you're coming from an upgrade of cavalry. That can be really strong if you combine it with the aristocracy, Tenet, that improves armored units. Not to be discounted, for sure. Even though that is not my favorite playstyle, I prefer the ranged attacks with bombers, maybe battleships. I don't mind boats. I said earlier that I dislike ships, but that's mostly the early ships. I think they are inconvenient with the shallow water restrictions, with the limited range. Of course, these later units are a lot of fun, but the naval battle is a bit of a hindrance because it relies a lot on alpha striking, and if you don't alpha strike, then it's just, well, counting numbers. There's little more to it than that. If you attack with more submarines, then you will win. And, well, that's basically all it is. Very well. Let's keep those for a bit later. Unit bomber, a city bomber. That's fine. That one I might want to use on Orléans. I would like to take that and maybe try for Avignon. It's a low combat city, combat strength city, but I don't have many left for this turn, so that may not actually work that well. Let's make sure we get Orléans at least. You can go to Lyon. The XCOM squad, we'll drop them later. First, let's burn down Orléans. Perhaps next turn I will be moving the planes. That's a distinct possibility. Very well. And the advantage of modern armor over a weak cavalry unit is of course that they can do the last bit of damage to a city themselves. They do not rely on it being absolutely burned to zero health, which makes them all the more powerful. And there is a nuclear submarine. I will actually want to burn that. There we go. Oh, and a ship with an atomic bomb. I think, however, that we cannot reach that. Our planes only went up to here, so the ship is out of reach. And that is unfortunate. They might drop it, it can move over here and then maybe up to here, maybe Paris. So they might get to use it. I doubt they will use it on the units, even though they probably should. I don't consider it a significant threat at the moment. So how much do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4 stealth bombers. That's not a lot. So should we attack something? I think that we can attack something without risking this tank. We'll use that next turn. And this unit can start fixing up these tiles. XCOM squad, that we can take. Venice is out of bomber reach, so we might want to go to Valletta. There we go. And the others, we'll put them somewhere around here. Ah, but Vancouver was out of reach too. That is unfortunate. I did not think of that. Yeah. So be it. Let's see how they do. And that will be not yet all. No, we're gonna burn this city a bit more. There we go. Should be fixed next turn. And then yeah, we have a lot of fixing up to do over here. So let's start with this area. And you can heal. Let's go spy on Mongolia. I'm sure they are a technologically advanced species. They are somewhere between 90 and 58% literacy. And the attack on Venice, I should move my stuff next turn and I'll buy a nuclear weapon just to make it a bit easier. Yeah, 110 combat strength, that makes uh, the XCOM squad quite resilient towards these kinds of nonsense. If you fight a lot of aliens, I guess, well, it helps make you stronger. Yep, let's fix this first. And these others can move along. Moving through this area. I don't like that. And these missile cruisers are perhaps the most powerful unit in the game. They have 100 ranged attack strength, 3 range. They are excellent against airplanes. They are effective against submarines. They can carry 3 cargo. They can see submarines. Well, they are just really great at everything they do. Unfortunately, the only real restriction that they have is that they cannot fire over humps in the terrain. So unlike the battleship, which has the promotion here, indirect fire, they actually need to be able to see their targets. So that's still fine. And let's bomb this one completely down. Now, a good target city for these airplanes. I think, well, this is just a bit dangerous. Tangier should be out of reach of everything though. The modern armor. Ah, Rabat was nuked. That makes things a little more difficult. Let's see if we can reach Avignon still. Yes, that's great. Rouen only has some fighters. Let's see if we can take those down. And that's very unfortunate, of course. Let me show you why in a moment. Very well. I have wasted this with switching them out. Don't know why I did that, but I did. So there's no use crying about it. But if I had not done that, I could have taken Rouen this turn. Now I will have to just heal up and move my XComs there. These will go. Venice, I can probably not take that next turn, so let's go to the Chateau. And as you can see, these XComs are really strong for a variety of purposes. They are resilient, they are not quite as good as modern armor I think, but sometimes they are easier to take because they are the same tech that you need for the stasis chamber. So you can save this tech, which you don't need for the science victory, and still get a good XCOM squad. Which is fine, it does almost the same thing. I would like to take these two cities this turn. That may be heavy on the actual happiness, but I think maybe I can free Valletta. So, very well. One and move. One and move. What's this? Ah, my nuke. Yeah, that has to go somewhere around here, I think. One and move because I need to attack Venice next turn. And their stream of units has already stopped. That's because they probably are just broke. They have a lot of upkeep from buildings. So once you take out the capital, their trade, their city connections break. Everything becomes really difficult for them economically. So taking the city, a high income city, is much better than just standing around and attacking incoming waves of units. Because those units usually, or at least very often, they can just be replaced in 1 or 2 turns. And you can pretty much go on forever that way. So you really have to take cities even if they can take it back the turn after. Just to cut them down to size, and that will actually help much more than staying to destroy the units. Now, that's not what we did at first, but at first you need XP for your units, because an XP unit is so much stronger than one that has none. And they really need to be XP'd up early on, because once the speed of the conquest increases, you won't have that option anymore. Then they need to be fully functional, and if they are not, then well, they will not be able to do their job. For example, airplanes without logistics, they will not be able to attack and move, which makes them, well, not useless, but far less good than they should be. There we go. And that means all other airplanes can just move to Tangier. This one can attack once, but I don't think we have much in range. Perhaps Rouen. And that means that we should actually be able to win very, very soon. Yeah, he has no range upgrade. As you can see, the range upgrades are still relevant even for the stealth bombers. Now the problem will of course be that I have nothing capable of taking Venice. So the question is, do we move the XCOMs in there, yes or no? I think the answer is yes, they should survive, and if they do, we win the next turn. Let's see how far. Oh, they can reach to. So we should be more than covered. As long as we don't get our planes blown up, next turn we will be golden. A battleship killed. Not sure why that seems at all relevant. Ah, they nuked it, I think. Yeah, I think that's what happened. But that's fine. It's not a relevant city. Only Venice counts.
Only
Still doing upgrades. Okay. Now let's start with the nuclear missile. I will drop that here, so that it does not damage our XCOM squad. There we go. That cuts it down to half, and then the airplanes can easily finish it. You don't really need stealth bombers, but without them everything will go much slower at this point. And there is our victory. I hope that it was useful. It surely has been long, probably too long, but well, I wanted to do the domination victory. I could have won much earlier with science, I think, even after the wars fought. And it's just more fun to finish it up this way. If you're going for conquest, then well, you can enjoy the last few turns being overpowered. That's a lot more fun than just winning through another victory type. So here we go.
the world has been convulsed by war.
I hope to see you again next time. I will do a video about social policies next, so I hope you will enjoy that.